In this video, we are breaking factorization in parts. So for part 2, you have to stay tuned. It's presented on you by NS Academy, so let's get into it. Firstly, what does it mean to factorize? Because we can say we want to factorize, but we don't know exactly what does factorization mean. So it means to write the expression as a product of its factors. So an expression will be given and they will say factorize. Let me show an example of an expression. So this is an expression. So we want to write this expression as a product of its factors. So this expression probably have the factors, but now we want to show those factors in terms of the products. The products in mathematical way, it's a multiplication of different variables or maybe same variables, but we include that times for the multiplication. So let's do this practical example so that you can see what exactly it means to factorize an expression as a product of its factors in the next slide. So here are the ways to factorize an expression. Steps number 1 is to find the common factor. This is the very important one. In this expression, we need to find the common factor. So just think or pause the video, then write or think what is common in these two independent variables between 9x squared and the 6 minus negative 6xy squared. What is common in those videos? Well, the common factor here, well, I will tell you, but you can see in these two independent variables, because this one is a binomial because it has two independent variables, which is 9x squared and negative 6xy squared. But x is a common mutual factor in this expression because x appears on both of our independent variables. That's the obvious one. We have to get that. But secondly, a common factor is a number that fits on on both of these individual variables, or a letter that appears on both of these individual variables. So as I said, x appears here and x also appears here. So let's come to this mathematical or numerical factor that is on that expression, which is 3. So how did you get 3 and how to find 3 as the common factor in this expression, or in any expression that you are doing, how to find the numerical value as a common factor? So this is the procedure I used, or I will tell you another one because I didn't write it here. So if you can say 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9, but also if you say 3 multiplied by 2 is also equal to 6. So when the things are equal, this means you can substitute in the place of 9 and put this product, because this is the product, it's a multiplication. As I said previously, in the place of 6 you can put this product, and this is the product because it involves the multiplication of these numbers. Also, what you can do, also you can divide. When you divide 9 by 3, you get 3. When you divide 6 by 3, you get 2. This means that 3 fits in both of these independent variables. So how did we get x? Because when in this independent variable we have x, and also here we also have x. X squared is x multiplied by x, so we have 2x here and we have 1x here. So this means x and x is a mutual factor. So I will just show you the common factors taken aside. Firstly, this is how you should see it, or you should replace these numbers, which is 9 and 6, by their products. In the place of 9 is 3 multiplied by 3, in the place of 6 is 3 multiplied by 2. So here you can determine, or you can see now exactly what is common in these independent variables in this binomial expression. 3 is appears here, 3 appears here, and also appears here. So what does that mean? 3 is a common factor, so we take out 3 and x appears here, and x also appears here. So x is also another common factor. So in our brackets right now, we left with the other 3 and another x. And also on this side, it said we drop the negative sign, then we have that 2, that y squared. And the y is not a common factor in this case, because y only appears in this individual variable, which is negative 6xy. So now to check or to prove if you are in the last stage of the factorization or you are true, or what you did is what you were supposed to do. When you multiply this product or these factors, they must give you this expression exactly. So when you say 3 multiplied by 3x multiplied by 3x, it's 9x squared. When you say 3x multiplied by negative 2y squared, it's 6, because 3 multiplied by 2 is 6xy squared. So this means this is correct and is our last step on our expression of 9x squared minus 6xy squared. Note this, it's the product of its factors. So what you are doing here must give you the expression, because these factors are the factors of that expression. You should be able to prove that. So stay tuned for part 2, factorization by grouping in pairs and finding the common factor. This is what I will be doing, is 3xy minus 2x plus 3y minus 2. So please check part 2, and also like, comment, share, comment what you want me to cover in the next video. Thank you.